Thank you very much for making it to another meeting of the Santa Barbara Real Estate Investor Association. I'm Dan Ringwald, the president of the Santa Barbara REIA, and we've got a nice crowd here. We've got some great speakers today. We are actually here at the Marriott in Goleta, which is right next to Santa Barbara, just a little bit north of Santa Barbara. And we've got the long version, Santa Barbara REIA up here. We've got the short version and different links to get there. Parking is free. This is the only venue, the only room that they have for doing these events. We used to do them at Fest Parker. The nice thing is we don't have lots of noise going on from all these other rooms that are happening with all the traffic and the paid parking and, you know. So everybody's kind of liking this venue. It's working out really well. I'm very happy that Marriott has this to offer for us. And, you know, they're really busiest during the week. So the weekend is perfect for us because they're not that busy and they give us a good deal and good service. Great place to be. We do have all this stuff on YouTube. We are videoing everything we do. We put it up on YouTube. And, you know, it's really educational. It's really good to look at the stuff. I go through and look at the videos sometimes and go, geez, I had to watch that 5 times before I even got it. You know, it's like, I'm sure glad I have a video of that so I can go back and refer to it. But it also serves as a kind of a filter, a due diligence, a way of making sure that we get, you know, some decent people in here. Because I've had people say, yeah, I want to speak at your event, but I don't want it videoed and I don't want it up on YouTube. And my first thought is, what have you got to hide? Are you doing something unscrupulous? Are you ripping people off? If you are, then you need to go speak someplace else, because if we can't video it and we can't have proof and evidence of what you've said and what you've done, and you want to start chopping that thing up and hiding things, you're talking to the wrong person. You won't be speaking at my events. That really helps, okay? And that's not to say that that's all you need, because I can't do all the due diligence. I've had people come back and say, Dan, you had these people speak. Did you see this? And I said, what? And they said, look at this picture. He and his dad have their hands behind their back, and they're like being marched out of the courtroom to the federal prison for real estate fraud. And I went, whoa, I did not know that. Thank you very much. So, you know, you can help us do our due diligence by you doing yours as well. It's very important to do that. Lots of good videos. Meetup. This is a very important thing for you to be part of, even if you're here, you know, at no charge. It didn't cost you anything because you're the first-timer, or if you had to pay, you still should go back and RSVP through Meetup, because that's free, there's never a charge on there, and it helps expand your networking. When people look at you and they go, oh, okay, well, I've got this to offer, what have you got to offer, you know, it's a good way to meet people and share the services that you're looking for and the services that you have to offer. We got through our 1 o'clock to 1:30 registration. That was at Fest Parker. So thank you for being here as early as you have shown up. And, you know, we're pretty much on schedule. Today, I'll be here from 1:30 to about 2 talking with you. And we've got contest for guests. We're going to go over that in just a couple minutes for whoever brought some guests in. We've got Linda Pliagas, which looks like she didn't make it. She said she would.
Yes.
Are you here for her?
For Realty 411.
Yay! What's your name?
I'm Patricia.
Patricia, thank you so much for being here for Realty 411. And we do have a table back there. Not that you have to go back there,
Okay.
but if you want a table to display some stuff or you want to stay here, that's fine. Thank you
Great.
very much for showing up.
Thank you.
Good job. Yay! So Linda Pliagas is, we'll talk about that a little bit, and we'll have you come up here and speak for her.
Great.
Okay? So that'll be happening.
Yeah.
Good.
That sounds good.
Okay. Ron Klein is actually with the main speakers here, so he's not going to come up and do a little thing for 5 minutes by himself, because he's going to wait for the big stuff to happen, because he's doing the big stuff today. Okay? I'll go through, and then I've got Musette Profant that does rehabbing, has her own business, and we're going to get her up here too. And she's got some really good stuff going on. And then I've got some stuff to talk about, and especially REI Pro, which is a way for all of you to be able to get your hands on these properties nationwide. You're going to see this is very interesting stuff. After I'm through speaking from 2 to 4, we've got Dr. Scott Saunders, who's actually going to be the second speaker. And we've got Emil, is it Patel? okay, will be our first speaker. And they've got some very interesting information. This is kind of like taking care of your health, and this is like taking care of your wealth. And if you look at some of the stuff that we've got going on, I've got a website called the Personal Power Project, and that's all about, you know, being independent, going green, and there's stuff in there about health, like what if the roadmap to our health was actually our hair? Well, I'd be in big trouble, huh? Well, what they do is they take samples of your hair and they run it through and they look at what your body chemistry is, and then it tells you, you know, what kind of food you should eat. Like an avocado might be good for Harrison, but it might be horrible for me because my body chemistry doesn't let me have, I just gotta kind of cut back. And all that stuff can balance out in time, and you can still eat the things you want to eat. You just have to be, you know, not to the extreme of doing things you shouldn't be doing for your body chemistry. And then we've got a free table outside there. If you saw that, it's kind of in the hallway. Anything that you have, or anything that we have on that table, is a bunch of like old stuff from seminars in the past that I'm just giving away because, you know, some information is good for everybody depending on what stage they are in their life and their investing. So it's free. Michael, what should we not put out there on the table?
Your wallets or cell phones or
Your wallet, your cell phone, don't leave it on the table because it's the free table, okay? And this is my son, Michael Ringwald, who is doing the videos. Hey, Michael. And also an investor and a trainer, and has his Michael V. LLC and a couple of properties in there paid for free and clear, collecting rent. So you'll get to see a little bit of that too. And he's very good at tech stuff. He did his time at Best Buy and retired early. I said, yeah, it's a good idea. The sooner you get out of there and start going for your dreams, the better off you are. But I'm telling people, don't quit any kind of income you've got. If you've got a job, it's gold. Hang on to it until you can start replacing it with this real estate incrementally. Because you can go broke really fast trying and not getting there, okay? I know, haven't gotten broke, but I've come very close a few times, okay? So let's do this. Let's talk a little bit about the contest for guests. If you bring a guest, you get in here free, even though you're supposed to pay $10 online or $20 cash at the door. And you just keep bringing a new guest every time you show up, and you will never have to pay to get in here, okay? And if you happen to bring one guest and nobody else brings a guest, you're going to end up winning a mini Google Home Mini. But if you happen to bring more than 3 or more guests, you could actually win the larger Google Home, which is about 130 or 40. This is about a $45 product. And I've got a special way of handling that since I didn't bring one of those. If somebody does have 3 or more guests, all they have to do is go to Best Buy, pick it out, walk up to the checkout stand, have them call me up. I give them my credit card number, they get the receipt, they walk out the door, and it's theirs. Well, I think that we probably are going to have somebody do that today. How many people in here brought a guest? 1, 2, let's see here, there you go. He's thinking about that big prize, that's what he's thinking about. And how many, where's your guest?
Over here.
Excellent, okay, thank you for making it, really appreciate that. Abraham, good job doing that. And Harrison, you brought a guest. And your name again?
Sophia.
Sophia. Sophia.
Yeah.
Sophia.
Yeah.
Sophia. Okay, thank you, Harrison, very much for doing that. And you brought a guest.
Yes.
And this is Fernando. How many people did you bring, Fernando?
3.
Ooh, let's hear it for Fernando. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to have you come up here, and we're going to have you stand here, hold this up, hi, this is Fernando. This is what I've been doing, going to school, whatever, business on the side, and I'm also working with them. Whatever it is that you feel comfortable saying, we're going to video that. We're going to put it up on YouTube, have a separate one for you, include you in our page on contest for guests. So you want to come up and do that?
yeah, of course.
Cool. Very, very cool. Good job, good job.
Thank you.
Okay, you stay right there and just give us your
Well, I'm Fernando. I'm an undergraduate at UCSB. I study communications. Now I used to study chemistry. I'm also very entrepreneurial. I'm part of an organization called Sigma Eta Pi. It's a co-ed entrepreneurship fraternity. And two of the guests that I brought today are part of my fraternity as well because they're into business and I'm trying to get them into real estate. I also work with Dan, trying to do the real estate lease to own cash flow system. Pretty much, I like anything from sales to talking to people, getting out there. I'm really looking forward to the risk management talk.
Good.
So that's pretty much it.
Excellent.
If you guys have any questions, you guys can come up to me after network. I'm always down for that. Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you. Great job. And I'll hang on to that because you're going to get the bigger one.
Good.
Okay? What's going to happen is he's going to head down to Best Buy. We're taking off, I think, Monday morning about 2 o'clock in the morning. And Michael's going to hold down the fort, and we're going to, my wife and I, Maria, who's outside doing the registration, and we're going to go to Alaska for about a week and a half. Compliments of our daughter, who's a nurse now down in Long Beach. We helped her pay for her nursing by getting properties. We got about 4 properties in her Alana Lee LLC, and so they're helping to pay for her college. It's helping to pay the investors. They get half the rent and half the profits when we sell. And she said it'll be about $60,000, on her bill. And I said, well, do you care if it takes 5 years or 20 years to pay it off as long as you don't have to pay anything and it all comes from these properties? And she goes, that works for me. So she was so happy she decided to give us a gift and ship us off to Alaska. And because she knows her mom wants to go there so bad. So we're like, okay. So Fernando, we need to get you handled tomorrow on Sunday before we take off because we're going to be like out of communication for a while, okay?
Yeah, of course.
Cool, very cool. Okay, so we have Linda Pliagas, and we're going to have, there you are, just in time. You want to step on up here?
Sure.
Okay, thank you very much. And your name again was?
I'm Patricia.
Patricia. Patricia is stepping in here for Linda Pliagas. And let me see if I've got, there we go, Linda Pliagas, her information. Thank you very much.
Thanks, you guys.
showing up here.
And who is familiar with our publication? Okay. Oh, wonderful. All right. Well, let me make sure everyone gets a copy, and I have more copies on the thing. Pass them around. So we have a publication which has been in print for 11 years. And, as you know, I'm sure you were mentioning education. So this is a wonderful opportunity for you to network among the real estate investors and educators. So last year we had 29 events in 29 cities rather. So we are nationwide, and the benefits to you would be to connect with perhaps other markets, not internationally, nationally. So REI, Realty 411, has, again, we have national reach. We also have 6 websites, so when you tap into the publication, there's also an online presence that we invite you to. And also, our upcoming expo will be, July, next month, which is tomorrow, but it's going to be July 13th in Newport Beach. And so that's going to be live speakers that you'll have access to personally. There's going to be a networking event. So we would ask that you guys come out. We invite you out there. The following day is going to be in West Los Angeles, closer to the airport. So, are you speaking at any of those?
No.
Okay.
I'm going to be out of town, but
Out of town.
I will eventually.
Okay, super. And if you want a better idea of how the events go, Michael, I think you've attended.
Yeah. I
So
remember.
he's been a wonderful support on the tech side. But if you want to expand, perhaps you're investing. Our recent speakers, I know they were talking about some of the hottest markets. Chicago, Nevada is huge with Tesla, Amazon, and Google. moving to Nevada. So I've been to a few networking, who's been to the networking expos? Oh, okay, super. But I know personally, you know, you guys, if you haven't attended, feel free to ask someone that's been here. I know personally, I've always connected with someone that either I'm looking for a deal, or someone that's wanting to, you know, purchase, or broker a deal that I'm working on. So, and it has been life-changing. So we would invite you not only to attend, but be a part of the networking. So we appreciate the opportunity to, you know, to open our doors to you guys. We do have 110,000 people online that view our content. So check us out if you have any questions regarding investing.
Very cool.
So, and then basically we're introducing you to the people that teach and educate and offer their courses. Okay, yes ma'am.
Are you gonna have any of the 411 expos in this vicinity this year?
Oh yeah, that's a great question. August. Yeah, so if you go to realty411expo.com, the Santa Barbara Expo will be,
Right here.
I'm not sure what date, but, it's gonna be,
Right, well, so far Linda's saying it'll be here. Now,
Yes.
she might do Fess Parker, but I'm not sure.
okay, so August. And you can go to realty411expo.com.
We'll work together.
Yep, do you know what date it's gonna be?
Not sure, but we'll let you
I'll
know.
look on the
Okay.
website, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
So very nice to meet all of you. I appreciate the
thank
opportunity.
you so much.
And I'll make sure everyone gets a magazine. Okay, good to see you. Thank
you.
you.
All right. So, just so you know how important it is to go to these events that Patricia's talking about for the August, we've gone to them, I've spoken to them, we've done a number of things, but what's more important than that is that we met somebody there that was a private lender, and we needed somebody to bail us out of some things and kind of shuffle stuff around. And he said, well, Dan, you know, I loan at least, the least amount I'll loan is $100,000, but I'll go all the way to $1 million. And I said, well, I could use $150,000. He said, maybe you didn't hear me. I go all the way to $1 million. And I said, yeah. He said, you sure you don't want more than $150,000? And I said, I'd love to have $1 million, but I don't know what I'd do with it, and I don't want to make the payments on it, so let's just stick with $150,000. It bailed me out of problems, made my credit go from like 612 to 890 days. That's as quickly as you can, you know, solve credit problems if you need to. That's one way of doing it. So it's important to go to these meetings so you meet these type of people and you can do these type of deals when they come up. We've now got Musette Perfont. She's going to come up and talk to us about rehabbing homes. She is fantastic. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Musette Perfont. I am the owner of Sterling Sites, and I have a degree in architecture. I have a licensed bilingual contractor with 27 years of experience. We are mobile. We do rehabs all over California. It sounds like we need to go to Nevada now too. But I wanted to share something with you because we have run into issues over the years with investors, and they always want to make the most amount with the least amount of investment capital. And so this past week, I'm bidding on a property for an investment company. They have at least 100 houses in this area. This particular house got some damage from a runaway car on a hill. And so I don't know if you can see it, but there's a tower that needed to be reconstructed, and the deck of a driveway that needed to be constructed. The company hired a contractor. I have the contract here with all the terms and conditions and wonderful information that the contractor gave him. They ended up with really shoddy construction. The contractor, architect, structural engineer, investment company owner, all of them and the building inspectors missed some issues. So we thought that this was going to be just a simple rebuild. My contractor caught the fact that there's no footings under the walls. And so now we have to completely tear down the tower, dig trenches, put in the footings, and rebuild. Okay, this is the type of thing that you might get if you don't hire an appropriate contractor, because now this guy's looking at almost a year of no income on this house, and also the contractor ran off with his money and 15 other clients' money.
Imagine
So
that.
now he's coming to us to get some work done. So if you have a project that you're looking at that needs it's a residential remodel or commercial, we can come in and give you a free consultation. We're here, we're local, and we'll just tell you what you're up against if you're looking to buy or if you've already purchased. Sometimes the cheapest guy is not the best guy for the job.
How true.
Thank you.
Thank you. Very good, very good. So true. It is a major reason that people fail in real estate is because of these things that they don't really do enough due diligence to figure out what's going on. And so we've got some training for you that is going to help you kind of get through some of that. And basically for the people that say, well, Dan, I don't have any money, I'm just starting off, this is really for you, because what we're doing is matching up buyers and sellers. You don't have to be a real estate agent or broker. You just have to have the proper legal contracts to do this. And you can make, you know, I've made $50,000 on a wholesale match up buyers and sellers. And we're not talking fix and flip, because if you fix something, you bought it. That means you better have money or a loan or something. Flip it. But if you're just matching up buyers and sellers, you can do that and you can make money. So, you know, we can help train you to do that, and you can be kind of the lead for people that might have money and go, oh, I want to find a really good deal, but I don't have the time to go out and look or whatever. These people that are new can help you look for deals and get deals and present them to you, and if they're not a good deal, you just don't do it, you know? But you do have to do your due diligence. So, what I've got here is, let's see here. We're going to go over to here. And we're going to go, this is the Santa Barbara REIA website, okay. I've got national home buyers, which I just updated here recently. And one of the things that's on there is this REI Pro. See, if we don't have a whole lot of time, I'm going to hit this first before I go to anything else, because so much of what I've talked about in the past is up on videos anyway. So we're going to dive right into REI Pro. They're providing this program to all the owners of REIAs nationwide, of which we're a member of the National REIA. They're back east, and they went on a little cruise, and the guy who runs this company went on a cruise with the National REIA and said, hey, you know what? We'd like to make a little deal with you. We'll give the owners of all the REIAs access to these programs, and we'll do a discount through the REIA if you work with this. And they said, okay, we'll do that. So that's kind of what's going on, and there's a number of companies that have things like this. This happens to be one I think is very good. I've been watching this guy, Chris Goff, because he does lease to own. And I know it sounds like, well, Dan, that's all he does is lease to own. Lease to own is kind of a way of opening up the door and moving on to whatever works. Fix and flip, could be a subject to, could be probate, could be anything. But, you know, a good place to start is lease to own, because if you say to somebody, would you be interested in doing a lease to own, whether they're selling or whether they're renting, imagine knocking at the door of people renting. They're already in the mode of renting, so it's even easier with them. And you just say, would you be interested in doing lease to own because I like your properties? That's an option, you know. And if you can get people to say, maybe, then you've got at least a discussion you can start talking about a little bit, okay? So on my website, what we have here is the training area. So we're going to go take a quick look at that. And in here, these are the different things that you, oops, okay. Okay, let me do this. Let me get out of, we're going to shut down that. Come back here. There we go. Okay, so these are some of the things that you get when you work with me on the training, locating properties and whatnot. And one of the items that's in there is REI Pro. Now, Podio is something we use to kind of organize people. It's free. We can start you off at something very limited, but you actually get free access to REI Pro if you're working with me signed up under the right payment structure. You don't have to pay anything, you don't have to buy anything to be a member of the Santa Barbara REIA, it's all free. But if you want to go to the next stage and you want to work with tools and people to move you along faster, this is an avenue, okay? So let's go look at REI Pro here. This is the website, and here is the program.
REI Pro is the software that is revolutionizing the way real estate investors do business. It was designed for new and experienced investors who need a complete system from finding leads to closing them. REI Pro is the world's first ever real estate investor software that walks you through the entire buying and selling process, step by step, regardless of what real estate strategy you're working. No matter if you are wholesaling properties for quick profits, controlling real estate with lease options, building long-term wealth with seller financing, or flipping and rehabbing properties for big profits, REI Pro has you covered. But this is only the beginning. It's simple to use, clean, and delivers the most advanced technology ever created for real estate investors. REI Pro gives you all the information you need about a property, including property details, tax info, mortgage amounts, transaction history, real comparable sales, and an advanced deal analyzer. Everything you need to know all in one place so you can make wise investment decisions quickly. You'll love REI Pro's People Finder capability where you can research the owner's cell phone number. You'll be miles ahead of the competition when you have direct access to the owner. Along with REI Pro's comprehensive cache of phone scripts and property owner questions that will help you qualify your prospects to get the results you need more efficiently, saving you time and money. For the first time ever, you'll be able to make multiple types of offers right inside REI Pro. From paying cash or structuring a creative financing offer to maximize your profit potential, making multiple offers is the secret weapon to building wealth in real estate and increases the amount of offers accepted. Once under contract, REI Pro will even write an effective marketing ad for you in Step 7. REI Pro has your business covered from start to finish. A one-stop shop for lead generation, People Finder capability, calling sellers, property inspections, creating offers, professional direct mail, follow-up systems, writing your marketing ads, building your buyer's list, and closing the deal. REI Pro is the only complete software program for real estate investors. A total game changer. So don't be left behind. Get started with and discover how REI Pro will change the way you invest in real estate.
Now, I know some of you are thinking, God, I'm sure glad he didn't play the 20-minute version of that demo. They're gonna have to, carry me out of here in a stretcher. There's definitely more demos and information in here. This is a product that you can have 30 days free just to kind of check it out. Normally the price is about $110 per month, okay? If you go through the Santa Barbara REIA and through the National REIA, there's a discount and you're down to about $99 a month, basically $100 a month. So really what you're talking about is $1,200 a year, right? Okay, $1,200 a year. We've got some pricing structures back there we can talk about how to make all this much better. You can choose to work on it by yourself and say, Dan, don't need you. I just need the product. I'm heading down the road. I'm going to put this to work. Or you can say, Dan, I want to work with you and I want access to that product. We can do that too. And you've got me for a whole year to the races and doing things. One of the things that people don't realize is how much credibility enters into doing this stuff. Sure, you can learn a lot, and one of the things I'm surprised about that they didn't say in that demo is how many videos are on there. Every time you get ready to do something else and you're not quite sure what to do, there's a video there that shows you how to do it. This thing's loaded with videos. But credibility is really important because you can learn a lot, you can get access to all the forms, you can do everything you need to do, but when you go out there knocking at the door and you say, hey Joel, how'd you like to buy this property out in Bakersfield? And Joel says, well, I don't know, who are you and what have you done? And I say, well, I just got this program and I just started and, would you like to work with me? And Joel's going to go, yeah, I don't think so. So that's why it's important that you work with me or somebody like me that can lend that credibility, that can help move that thing to closing so that people understand what's going on and that you have done deals and that you do know what you're doing. And then after you work with somebody with that credibility, you start building your own teams, which we help you do, then, you successfully get some deals. we start having you go off on your own. I mean, one of the things that we're doing with NH Big, if I can get this back up here, is come over to About Us, let's see here, and agents, and agents can be, you know, they can be agents or they can be investors, they can be, you know, just starting off. There's Michael, you know, he's doing his thing, he's on there. So what's gonna happen, we've got Abraham, he's working with us, he's on there. So you'll start showing the properties that you have under contract, the things that you're doing, they'll start showing up, and that will start lending some credibility to you, so that you don't have to just go out and say, oh, I'm kind of winging this on my own. You can show that you are an agent with people who are doing this business, that do have an idea of what's going on, and then eventually, you know, you go off and you grow up and you do your own thing, and you don't need us. But I have pricing structures in there where I go, hey, Joel, I don't want to ever let you go. You're gold. So, you know, if you just work with me, I'll give you way more out of this deal than I would give somebody else just starting off. And if anybody wants to know, is there a structured thing through this? Not really. In the beginning there is. I've got some prices up there. It's like $1,000 for each closing plus a percentage, 10% of the profit. That could go up to 90. I don't know. What do realtors get? 6%, and the 6% really isn't what a broker gets, because it gets divided by the selling agent, the listing agent, the buying agent, and then it gets broken down between agents and brokers to the point where they're getting 1.5%. So you can see we could really raise this thing up and give you a lot. Yes, Patricia.
What's the price on the software?
Price is $110 per month. Linda looked at it and went, ooh, that's kind of expensive. I'm not sure. If you do it through the National REIA and the Santa Barbara REIA, because you have to be a REIA to offer the discount, it's $99 a month,
Okay.
okay? But they have 5-user package, 10-user package, 20-user package, and on it goes, and there's different price levels in that. And if you take a look at what I'm offering, you'll go, you mean I get it for free if I'm part of your coaching, Dan? And it costs maybe less than this? So you need to kind of look at the price and structures and see what's going on and decide if you want to work with me or not. You don't have to, you know. We get some kind of, you know, fee or whatever per month as these people sign up. That comes back to the REIA owners. It's not much, but it's a break for you. And a lot of people will go, well, you know, I don't know if I can handle 110 a month. 100 sounds better. It's up to you. I would seriously talk to me before you make a purchase of anything that we're talking about here that has to do with me today, just so that you understand completely where you're going with this and what your plans are, okay? Do we have any questions? Because I'm about ready to bail out of here. I'll be here, but I'm not going to be talking. Going once? Going twice? Okay. So, what we're going to do now is we're going to take a quick little break, and I'm going to have somebody come up here, and this is
Vimmel?
Vimo Matil is going to be speaking here now, and we have got, there we go. Let's see. Yeah, we're good. So if you want to take just a quick little break and run off and do something, we can do that. Does anybody want to do that, or do you want to just hang in here? Because this is going to go on for, you know, maybe another hour or so. Yes, Harrison.
I'm gonna use the restroom.
Yeah, so let's take just a quick little break. You guys can kind of regroup. I'm going to get